Yes, for the vast majority of you, freelancing platforms are just a giant waste of time. They might even discourage you because of the effect that they may have on you. I spent the very first stages of my business journey on Upwork. You can probably find my account right now to this day. But if someone came up to me and asked me how they should start, then I would never recommend them to start on any of these platforms for one simple reason: abstraction. Whenever you're starting out in your business journey, the initial problem is almost always the same for everyone, and it's one simple thing: no one knows who you are. Zero, zilch, nothing, nada. And no matter what you do, you don't have a track record behind you to support you, so naturally, very few people ever take the chance on working with you at the very start. Because plainly, they just don't know what they're gonna get. You could do an amazing job and completely blow it out the water, or you could completely mess it up and cause even more problems and work for them. It's why the earlier on you are in paving your way, the more risk that you're gonna have to offload onto yourself and lower the risk for them, so you can make it as easy as possible and as low of a barrier as possible to start working together with someone. It's why working for free at the very start is usually a better idea than not, because you're basically offering them the value without any investment, without any cost, without any problems that they may have. You're just getting something. But how does this relate to abstraction? It relates because a lot of the times with these platforms, they have a way of completely removing you from the client and just boiling you down to a profile and a price per hour metric. You can't show off all the raving testimonials that you may have. You can't send them a free item as a lead magnet to get them on your side more, or you can't even send a warm message to them to start a connection. Your communication with them becomes limited and you're forced to blend into the crowd when you're probably gonna be out-reviewed and out-testimonialed by people who have been there way longer than you and with probably more experience. Business in the first place is more about people than it is about the skill. If you can do the required job, that's all you need from that perspective. The rest of it goes on how well you can network and how well you can cold approach people. But because of how these platforms are naturally set up, they make it near impossible for you to form any kind of initial connection with the person until they accept your request or they accept your proposal. Not to mention that in that case, you're not even in control of the fundamental thing that's bringing your income. Even if unlikely, the platform can just delete your account and your profile at any time. And why? Who knows? Maybe they just felt like it. And poof! You lose your entire source of income in the blink of an eye. And what are you gonna do about it? And that's why I'm sure that you may not like it very much, because you're seeing it so often now with people trying to get people into their newsletters, but because that's the only owned medium that most of us have, emails. So that's what they use. But I digress. Especially because I'm part of those people too. Heck, sometimes you have to even pay to use these platforms as if the damage wasn't severe enough. Like Upwork, where you have to buy connects after you use up the free ones, which were a lot in the first place, just so you can apply to more gigs. So one of the levers that you need most when you're starting out, i.e. volume, is automatically stripped out of your hands. And 20 proposals, which I think is about the number that you get with free connects, isn't even that much. It's barely anything in the grand scheme of things. It's why it's such a bad option, because you don't get to improve quickly, because you just don't have a lot of data coming in. Okay, so I give you all the doom and the gloom and it's hopeless and it's miserable and we're doomed and But what's the solution? Well, just take it back. Don't rely on freelancing platforms to get your gigs. There are 4 billion people connected to the internet. I'm sure that we can get a few of them and work with them to manage a decent living. But that is too vague. So let's go to more actionable steps. Go to your main social media account that you use the most. Each platform has slightly different demographics that use it. LinkedIn is the more corporate company business side. Instagram is more for visual stuff, so maybe for an artist, graphic designer, logo designer, that sort of thing, that's gonna be your tribe. Twitter is more individual based and kind of more balanced. You'll find all sorts of people on there: creators, solopreneurs, company owners, people that you can just talk and interact to. And because Twitter is a word focused medium, you can to have that interaction a lot more fluidly than with other platforms. TikTok is a very short form and rapid kind of medium, so a lot of younger people on there, but also that means that not a lot of money is on there, so I wouldn't go there as my first choice. But after you go to your selected social media platform, I want you to incorporate more posts from the gigs that you used to do. Maybe it's a do's and don'ts list for graphic design. Maybe it's a case study from someone that you worked with in the past and they had a great result turnout. Maybe it's some testimonial, and then post them on there, because when you start reaching out to people and they go to your profile, those are the things that they're gonna see. So incorporate it as a regular portion of your posts. Don't completely overwhelm it and turn it only to those kind of posts, but have it a balanced portion in them, like 50% or something. Then I want you to go to the search bar and type some keywords related to the gigs that you were doing. Maybe graphic design, need an artist, need a video editor, need a whatever. Then go check the profiles of the people that were making posts that had those keywords in them. You can reach out to those people, or you can go into their network, their followers, and see people that will roughly have a similar need as them, and then go to them and reach out to them. And then you can just repeat that process infinitely as you go into more and more networks. Just make sure that they can actually benefit from your services, that you can make something that is better for them than what they have. But if you're looking for more info than that, then you can watch this video about how I would do reach outs, and then this video for how to actually get clients in the more specific details. I have some goodies in the description as always, and bye!